What? Come on! I'm tired of being under here. You know how long I've been cold and covered in blood? Look, let me out. I heard your voice long ago. Where are ya? What? Come out here.
You want an alliance with me?
Yeah, you. Let me out. What do you control this area? What's your whole deal, man? Like, I want out. You're the only person I've seen here. It's all dark and cold. I'd like to at least change my shirt, man.
As annoying as, we'll say, breaking a promise, a deal that you made.
What are you even talking about?
You once said you'd do this till you died, and you didn't. Instead, you got angry, emotional, and left us.
You know, I do see your point. Yeah. But hey, I am willing to come back. I'm willing to do this again. Just, let me do this. Like, let me come back proper. But, quick question. Where's my body?
You don't get one anymore. I'll give you a deal. If out is what you want.
Yes, please, God, anything. Let me out. Please.
There are a couple of rules. If you choose to accept the first rule, you have to get to D.
A, B, C, D. Done. Moving on. Next.
Sure, kid. But next thing is you have to experience agony before I'll let you come back physically.
I mean, I've been wearing the same shirt for over a year. I smell terrible. And I've been covered in chocolate blood this whole time. I think that's pretty agonizing. So, I'm good with that.
You'll have to play Medievil.
Medieval? Isn't that remake that they made back when they were trying, like, right after they made the PS1 classic thing? The thing that took a classic PS1 game and brought it back to modern era in a way that a lot of people actually really loved? That game?
Yes, I find it thematically appropriate, and I like that things.
Sure, that makes sense. So, I do a normal episode, a review of the Medieval remake, and you let me out? Is that the deal?
That's the deal. Well, and the other two parts.
Alright. So, I guess my name is Insane Raven, and this is another episode of Tales of the Hunt, the bi-weekly podcast, for now, show where I go through every single trophy on a trophy list, reviewing the Platinum Trophy, and try to, in today's episode, get out of hell. But for the most part, I'm just giving you tips and tricks to try to, be a better hunter yourself. Is that all good?
It'll suffice for now.
You must be really fun at parties. Alright, so, Medieval. Let us go. The first trophy I got on Medieval, completely ignoring his foul-ass breath, was the "Give me that back. It's lose, then recover your weapon from an imp." The imps are tiny little characters who steal your items and bring them to shops, so you have to buy them back. They are a great way to waste some resources. So, what you need to do is that they're going to take your item, and before they manage to run off into a little hole, you need to kill them. Kill them with fire. Not just with fire. With anything. But I like fire. So just... Oh man, I've been in this hellhole for too long. I should probably go seek some help. Back for the living world, I guess. I'm sure that nothing terrible has happened in the past year that I've been gone. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But kill them before they get back into the little hole and pick up your item back. Once you do all that, you will get the Gimme That Back trophy. A Painful Demise is a campaign trophy, which you have to do, and I don't want to spoil anything for. So, there's that. That's Just Mean. It's for smashing a severed hand. Now, there are a couple of levels in this game that you have to go through: the cemetery and return to the cemetery being two of them. These two levels have severed hands as enemies, and once you defeat them, they go on the back of the hand, kind of like a spider would, and just smash that hand a couple of times and you will get a trophy. The Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop. Wolfsbane, it's another one of the campaign trophies, mostly ominous. This is for ripping off your own arm when you are all out of other weapons, either because of imps or because of your low level and your low progression in the campaign of Medieval and all the levels. You have to kill something with your own arm. It takes a while. It's the worst weapon in the entire game, but it's fun. Impaired Drivers. Defeat both mecha imps and their taunting imp pilots. And this isn't really a moment, it's more of like a mini boss in one of the other missions. So, it's just kind of there. Old School Sneaky. Attempt to perform an original game cheat code. I had to look this one up because I didn't know how to do this at all. I will say that I absolutely love the trophy for this trophy, essentially. It's a little picture of Dan on a scroll, and underneath his one arm, he's tucking the original PlayStation 1, and in his hand, there's a wired PS1 controller. It is super cute, and I really do love it. I had to look this one up on YouTube because I think this came out in 1996. I think this was a year older than me, the original game. Actually, while we're here, let's look it up. Unless, Demonic Voice, do you know?
The original Medieval came out in 1998, you absolute moron.
Oh. Thank you. So yeah, I was 1 year old. I wasn't playing PS1 games. I was a year old? 1 year old? How would you say that? Not important. Moving on. Dizzy Decimator. This is for defeating 30 enemies with the sword spin attack. By holding your sword spin move, you can just spin around and around in circles and be good. To go. Not so armless. Defeat the stained glass demon with just your arm. This is fun because using your arm, you can stack not so armless with mostly armless. By ripping off your own arm and locking it onto the stained glass demon when he has his heart exposed and throwing it at him over and over and over again until he dies. I think this took me like 2 or 3 tries to do. It really isn't that hard. It's just a matter of this is the least efficient way of doing this fight. So, there's that. Next trophy on the list is Rock Wrangler. This is for avoiding all the rolling rocks on Cemetery Hill. Now, I found this trophy to be more annoying than really anything because I kept trying to do it like a platformer type game. That's not what you need to be doing. Essentially, for all the rocks that fall down, you need to get as close to the wall as possible while jumping over the other ones. What you need to do is you need to go from the base of the hill all the way up until you get the mini cutscene where the 2 gargoyles explode. You will pop the trophy as soon as that is done. It is, all in all, frustrating, but once you know that you're not really going to be avoiding the the falling rocks, you're just kind of like nudging out of the way, you'll be fine. And in fact, you don't even have to jump over most of the rocks, which is where a lot of my trouble came in. My easiest way of doing it is just kind of hugging the either closest to the camera wall or the wall of the hill as you make your way up, because the rocks will just miss you, which is kind of hilarious. Walls are for chumps. Return to Dan's crypt and smash down the secret wall. You need to get a hammer, or you need to get the hammer from one of the Hall of Heroes to be able to do this. It is a little bit of backtracking, but not a big deal. Partial to the potions. Drink 32 health vials, very easy. No, almost not even worth mentioning. You're going to be doing it as you continue going, so you're fine. The Pulp King Pumpkin. Defeat the Pumpkin King in Mortar Pumpkin Combat! I don't think you need to say anything more on this one. Just beat the Pumpkin King. It's not their fault they're mad. Don't harm the Mad family. Now, this is one of the late game levels where you are going through the village, essentially. I went in with a rule of thumb of I'm not going to attack any of these characters if at all possible. You cannot attack a single humanoid character. Any of the ghost or goblin type characters, they're free game. Don't worry about them. I think at once I bumped into one with my shield bash, and it didn't cause any problems. But go in with the mentality of a pacifist. Do no harm, if at all avoidable, because it's a very easy way to lose it. Alright. Next one we are going is with added magic. By continuously getting cups, one from each set level, you will eventually be given the ability to enhance your magic sword. Now, you might think the broadsword specifically. Now you might think, oh, this means I got the trophy. Why didn't I get the trophy? The game be glitched. No. What you need to do is you need to go to a gargoyle after the fact. And once you've either depleted it or you've lowered it down to it's no longer sitting at 100%, you need to pay the gargoyle to re-enhance your magic broadsword. That will get you the trophy. Okay? Okay. A shocking lack of respect is for destroying 100 gravestones. Now, what you need to do here is you need to go to the cemetery hill, the graveyard, and the return to the graveyard missions. These 3 missions have a bunch of small, up to your knee level gravestones that you need to break. You don't need to break them all in one level. You need to continuously be breaking them to get the trophy. I think I ended up just grinding it out. Where I would break all of these things, quit the level, hop back in the level, and then go again. Which was, not fun, but something I did. Eradicate the Ant Queen and her minions. I struggled with this one. So what you need to do is that I'm forgetting the name of the level off the top of my head, but it's a level where you really can't do anything for a while. It's one of the first real roadblocks in the game, where you can talk to the fairy, the witch, the wood witch, talk to her, and then she gives you access to the anthill level, which is a level inside of a level, which if you beat the level inside of the level, you get kicked out of the original level, and the wood level has no meaning anymore. But you need to be able to kill the Ant Queen, which is not fun. You also need to, if you want to get the Soul Cup in this level, inside of a level, you need to go ahead and free all of the fairies and then complete the level. By doing both of these things, you'll get the chalice. That's what it's actually called, a chalice, and you'll get this trophy. I waited until I had the throwing spears and a bunch of long-range weapons. that's how I ended up defeating him, because I just struggled doing it any other way. You have to focus on the minions that are coming out so that you can go ham on the queen. I can't believe I just said the word go ham. This was supposed to be my first coming back episode, and I'm saying things like going ham. Some people weren't meant to talk to themselves for a long period of time. Arsonist. Set 50 enemies on fire. This is for setting 50 enemies on fire. You get a helmet by defeating a boss called the Dragon Helmet, which is really fun. Rewind real quick. Antagonist, the one that gets you the anthill mission, is in the Enchanted Earth level, where you need to talk to the witch. Okay, moving back, we're good. Arsonist is for putting on a helmet and killing enemies with fire. That's how I did it anyway. It'll be later in the game, but it'll be the easiest way of doing it if you're patient. Demolished the Demons is a campaign trophy. Colonel. I can read words. Colonel Fortescue's secret special recipe. I can't read words, guys. Okay. This is for turning an enemy into a roast chicken and then eating it. What you need to do here is that after completing the anthill mission and satisfying that witch's request, you get roasted chicken legs. You then need to take that roasted chicken leg, whack an enemy with it a bunch of times by throwing it, and then that turns them into a roasted chicken. Then walk over it and bingo bango, you got yourself a trophy. Witch is familiar. Collect the witch talisman and complete both witch quests. I've already talked a lot about the Enchanted Earth's witch quest, which revolves the anthill, defeating the anthill, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Speaking of which, you actually have to go around and collect a bunch of ant amber liquid, which is why you get sent there, which is what you actually need to do to complete that quest. Just for a little bit more information. The Pumpkin Witch is probably my favorite character design, the Frumper Bitch, and all she asks you to do is to kill the Pumpkin King, which we've already done, and we've already talked about as a campaign mission. Kill them, talk to her first, kill the Pumpkin King, come back and talk to her, you'll be able to get that completed. Now, one of the things we have to talk about is you need to go get the Witch's Talisman, which is needed to summon both of these characters anyway. They will not show up until you get this Witch's Talisman. Where do you get the Witch's Talisman, I hear you say? Well, go back to Cemetery Hill, because there's a lot of backtracking in this game if you haven't already noticed. Go back to Cemetery Hill, pick up a club, because you can get this the first time you walk in there, run back to the other side where you got said club out of the treasure chest on the far left-hand side, so just more right-hand side, smash open a door of a mausoleum. Am I saying that right? I think so. Moving on. Break into that, there's a whole Witch's Coven and library type room. Go up, pick it up, and you are now able to summon the witches and complete the quest and pick up the trophy. The answer is chicken. This is for throwing 42 chicken legs. You will need to go through the anthill mission at least twice. Because A, we can't have nice things. But B, the Enchanted Earth Witch only gives you 30 chicken legs. And you're not getting any more until you throw out all those legs and go get new legs by completing the Amber Liquid mission all over again, which is fun because this game absolutely loves its backtracking, guys. Stop hitting yourself. Get hit by a falling crystal during the dragon battle in the crystal caves. I did not realize how this mission worked for a while. So what you need is you need the hammer. Again, you need to be getting chalices to get this at all. You need to smash the ground in front of the colors, which then sends off, depending on which color you hit, a column of that color crystal falling down to hit your guy, the dragon on which you are doing the battle with. you need to do this really quickly because all of them are kind of positioned far enough apart so that it's not reasonable to expect that you would do this accidentally. So, you hit the thing, run over, have it hit you in the head, boom, bang, get a trophy. Whack-a-boom. It's for defeating that dragon I was just talking about. Because that's also how you beat the dragon, and he will go faster and faster, and becomes harder and harder to hit, because he's so much fun. Aren't we having fun now? So yeah, do all that and you're good. Master Den at Arms, you need to just pick up all of the weapons, which means going through and picking up a lot of chalices, talking to all the Hall of Heroes characters, which, straight up, those are my favorite characters. The Pumpkin Witch might have my favorite design, but the Hall of Heroes is so delightful. Literally, when I was going to make this a video, originally, I had so much footage of just fucking around in the Hall of Heroes and talking to all of them. It was delightful. I loved it. I love the Hall of Heroes. Because half of them like, yeah, we know you're shit, but welcome to the party anyway. Deathly Smorgasbord is die 7 different ways. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I don't know how I got this trophy, because I started looking up online and they were like, yeah, so this trophy might be glitched. So what you might have to do is you might just have to start it from the beginning and die a whole bunch of different ways. I can tell you a couple of the ways I died to kind of give you an idea. I died by fire. I died by lava. I died... both of those were in Cemetery Hill, as well as the Rolling Rocks and dying by zombie. So that was for 4 different ways in Cemetery Hill alone. Then I died by in the Crystal Mausoleum, or whatever that thing's actually called on the top. The mission after that, I died by falling into the chasm when things started falling apart. That was one of the ones I did. I did a death by drowning. And then I think I did a death by falling. I think. Yeah, but no, I didn't like this trophy. This trophy was bad. And I still, to this day, don't really understand how I got the trophy. So, I'm sorry I can't give you more help on this one. I feel like I should, but I can't do what I can't do. Bonehead Bone Dead is a campaign trophy that I'm not gonna spoil. Zip Zap Imp Splat is for frying dozen imps with lightning. I just want to see what weapon am I... Yes, okay. I am holding a gauntlet, which means you cannot do this with the hammer. That when you bring it down and shoot that lightning, that doesn't count. You need to do it with the gauntlets and charging it up and just frying a bunch of people. I remember that being really annoying because I was really confused on how I needed to do it. King of Cups, collect all the Chalice Awards. This is one of the ones that becomes very road mappy, as you need to do 100% of everything in this game. Which, this is a game where it's actually kind of worth doing that, I'm not gonna lie. The King of Cups is such a wonderful trophy because you get to experience all of the dialogue within the Hall of Heroes. And I'm pretty sure it's through this trophy that you get the secret ending, if you haven't done it already. I did get the secret ending, because I did absolutely everything before platinuming the game. Before ending it. And therefore platinuming it. So there's that. Healthiest man alive or dead is collecting every life bottle. There are 8 life bottles available to you. I will pop a link in the description for the guides I used, because so many of these was just so specific and I don't know the specifics to give you, and I want to put you guys on the best path possible to platinum this. Still money bags. Collect 10,000 gold coins. I just want to... Yep, that's what I thought. This is not one where you have to hold them all at once. This is just having them. So super easy, no big deal. If it slithers, I slay. This is for, you need the ultimate weapon to do this. It is in the Gala Run level, which I'm hoping I'm remembering the name of that right. But I do remember it is the like prison level where you have a bunch of enemies that are hanged, like that level. By opening up the chest behind the Gate of Fire, which you need a dragon helmet for, you can open up this chest. Now, by opening up the chest, you need to kill the giant, the giant ghost of lizard thing that comes out with your great magical blue sword. That is what you need to do for the trophy. I struggled with that because I didn't realize I could kill him. I got killed by him a lot. I wasn't using the right sword. So, hopefully, now you know not to do that to yourself. Okay. Lost and find all the lost souls. Once you get to one of the last missions of the thing, once you get to the wizard's castle, the first entryway, essentially a very short mission, you can set free all of the lost souls by going down to the left hand side and going down and seeing this waterfall type thing. You can then go set free all the lost souls. Each one of them will go to a different level in the game. Each one of them will require you to take them to a specific other level. Some of them require you to take them to a specific place. Some of them require you to do a bit of a mini game where you have to kill the right enemy or just survive a wave-based thing. But those will get you 2 different trophies. So finding all the lost souls and then putting all the souls to rest get you 2 separate trophies, and easy peasy. Almost a hero. This trophy sucks. You need to have at least 3 life bottles available to you, because you get the chalice weapon, which was weird and I didn't like it. But by giving up your life, you can give life to your soldiers as they're fighting the other things. Be careful with how you do this one, because if you're trying to do the whole final encounter as a one-shot, this trophy can make that really impossible, as I learned very, very quickly. Because this, where you're giving up your life bottles for your soldiers, and the next 2 boss fights happen back to back. There's no here's all your stuff again. This is the fight that you are in. So there's that. There's Not So Scary Now, which I'm not going to tell you because it is a story mission. Molten Would Be Proud. Now this is for getting for killing one of every enemy type. This is basically your 100% trophy. It's quite simple, but it just takes a lot. Quest Completist. This is for completing all the levels in the game. And hopefully you would have done this already, because you finished the game. You have to do the Anthill one, but you don't have to do all the other stuff for this one. But like I said, I did do this trophy last. The final boss fight is also an entry in the Book of Galamir. Just kind of seeing him, I think, counts as the trophy. So that'll be A-okay. And then the Savior of Galamir was the Platinum Trophy, which is sitting currently at a 7.9 very rare percentage amongst all players. But the story of Medievil is a story of a guy who history remembers him as a failure, but he still has the heart of the hero. He still wants to do good, even if it's just to get people who say that he can't do this off of his back. It ends up being a game that is very much about second chances and about proving your worth. And honestly, I loved the character. I love the character of Sir Daniel Fortescue. I love all the Hall of Heroes. This is a game that 100% lives and dies off its characters. I feel like it is a pretty generic late 90s, early 2000s open world 3D platformer. Not open world, just 3D platformer. But with all the backtracking and the side missions, it does set itself apart in that way. But now with a modern 2021 look on it, it's like, oh, okay. It's kind of like the meeting between the old and the new of how games are being done and made, which I really appreciate. I love Sir Daniel Fortescue. It makes me mad how they fucked him up in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Yes, bitch, I'm not done talking to you. But no, I loved Medieval, and if they do decide to do a remake of the sequel, I would absolutely love that as well. I loved the Tim Burton-esque feel to all the characters and the designs. I loved this game. And you know what? Demonic voice. You know what? Nah. I'm going to call you Satan Raven. Because this is my show. I'm back and I beat your challenge. So you know what, Satan Raven? Thank you. Thank you for giving me this game. Because you know what? I wouldn't have played it otherwise. It was very odd. And I have no nostalgic promises for it at all. And I still enjoyed it. So you know what? Thank you. Now can I go back to my planner now? I'm tired of being cold and blue. And I just really want to take a shower.
You did complete the challenge. So yeah, you can go back. But only in audio form. Remember, you must experience agony first. I'll meet you at the D.